Be sure to subscribe for more content.
What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the BigBC Finance Channel, and I hope you're having a very lovely day. So of course, on this video, I'm really excited to be bringing you XRP. We're going to be talking everything to do with XRP, some upcoming news and some dates to watch out for, some really important dates if you're invested in XRP or if you're planning to. And of course, we're going to be talking about a price prediction for where I think the price is going to go to over, the shorter term, so potentially the next few days or so, and more of a longer term price prediction here on XRP as well. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. Of course, if you do like this type of content and you haven't done so already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified when I bring more videos out like this. So we're talking about XRP, and XRP, one of the cryptos, XRP has been one of the best bear market cryptos, as you can see from the start, from its last peak in 2021. We're at 53 cents now, and as I recall, XRP got to just below 2 cents at its very, very peak there in May 2021. So considering that it's in a lawsuit with the SEC at the moment, it's not doing too bad at all. And of course, with the SEC, there's some exciting things coming up because we do have a deadline just around the corner. And of course, whatever the outcome of this lawsuit is, it's going to make some major price moves here on XRP, and we'll get into the price targets in a second. But a particular date that we want to be watching out for if you are invested in XRP or any single cryptocurrency is June the 13th. So on June the 13th, we've got something major coming out. We've got some classified documents, so emails, Hinman's internal communications, to be released to the public. Now, I'm not 100% sure what all these documents are going to entail and what they're going to reveal about the lawsuit, but what I will be doing is keeping up with the news and everyone's interpretation of it. And when it does come out, we should see a lot of price movements here on XRP. Of course, looking at the technicals here on XRP, just to begin with, I think they are looking very, very strong. So just by looking at the price chart here on XRP, I do expect prices to continue to head in an upwards direction. Of course, as you can see, if we draw a trend line to connect to the lows here on XRP, just a very loose one, it doesn't have to be perfect. Generally speaking, XRP has been in a lovely uptrend since the start of 2023. Of course, the whole of crypto has been generally doing pretty well throughout 2023. Of course, the larger coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum kind of taking the lead in terms of the gains here, but XRP nonetheless is up around 60% from where it was at the start of 2023. So we can easily say that XRP on the one-day chart that we're on right now is in this very, very nice uptrend. If we get the 200-day moving average, we've got a lovely sign here that XRP is indeed just going in this upwards direction. Got this lovely sign here that XRP is bullish. Of course, if the price tends below this 200-day moving average, that is a general indication to say that we're bearish, and if we're above it, we are bullish. And on top of that, we can see XRP has used it very, very nicely as a support and resistance throughout its past as well. Most recently in this region here, you can see XRP came down to this 200-day moving average, and as well as that trend line that we drew, and bounced in the upwards direction. So crypto markets in general are generally bullish. Of course, another reason to be bullish here on XRP is because at the moment we're very close to its long-term resistance. So we can kind of draw some sort of horizontal line. So I'm just going to get the horizontal line and place it roundabout here. So with that, I put that in a nice shade of blue as well. We can see that we have this resistance here. The price of XRP has come up to this level, so twice in this region here, and we've got again in this region. We did see it pop above but come back down pretty quickly in that region, and now in this region we have pretty much two more tests of this horizontal line. So we've got a very well established resistance here on XRP, kind of like a wall. You're trying to kick down the wall, and each time it does get weaker, but so it's kind of like a brick wall. Of course, it's standing there. Every time you kick it, the cement in between the bricks does get weaker, but it stands nonetheless. And at some point it's going to get knocked down. And of course, this is what we're seeing right now. XRP is touching this level, coming back down eventually because of this uptrend line that's going in the upwards direction, because we are bullish on the 200-day moving average. At some point, we're going to see this get broken. And of course, if we use this, and of course, when that occurs, we should see quite a large price target. And a price target could be something like this. Of course, if we draw from the very bottom down there to the very top up here, so we treat this as some sort of ascending triangle where, you know, this is the support line and this is the resistance line, then we could see a price target here on XRP as high as basically $1. So literally, if we do break above this resistance and we see a clear breakthrough, so not something like this where it pops back up, but on the same candle, so within the same day it comes back down. If we do see a clear breakthrough, you know, so we really want to see separate candles just taking the price like this, then we could see XRP hit that $1 mark. Now, of course, that is a very ambitious price target, and we do need a catalyst for that. And this is why I think June the 13th is a massive day to look out for, because that could be the catalyst that we would need for something like this to happen. So that's a very ambitious price target, but it's possible due to the fact that this could be an ascending triangle. So pretty exciting stuff. And so if we do break through this resistance to the upside, we could see this potential 80% upside. Now, of course, it's not probably going to get there in one straight line. It may do if there's enough momentum going in the upwards direction. If it really is that much of a clear win for XRP, we could potentially see it go pretty fast in the upwards direction. But what I do think is slightly more realistic is that we're going to see some resistances along the way. So what we could potentially see, you know, over the next few days, for example, before that deadline, is just some hovering in this area, and then during that deadline we see the prices go up like this. I do think our first level of resistance is going to generally be around this area. I'm just drawing a horizontal line. This is not 100% accurate, but generally in this area I do think we're going to encounter some resistance by just looking at the price action here in the past. Now, of course, this has to do with investor psychology. If people bought XRP, for example, in any of this region here, they're going to suddenly be break even. They're suddenly going to be break even for the first time in a very long time from their investment. So, you know, just by investor psychology, we could see some selling pressure at this region here, and this could act as a temporary resistance for XRP. However, if the momentum is strong enough, we could see the price continuing to go up, and the next level is definitely going to be around here somewhere. We've got a lot of price action in this region here. We've got a lot of people probably buying XRP in this region who have been in a deep loss. You know, they bought XRP at around 80 cents if you bought over here, and of course over the next few months they pretty much lost 50 to 60% of that, and they've been down on their investment for the past year. So the fact that XRP is now rocketing up to this area and people are starting to break even from their XRP purchase means that I do think we're going to see a resistance level close to this area at around 77 cents. You know, it could be 76, could be 78, could be 80, for example. This is just general, but I do think there's going to be a massive resistance in this area. Now, of course, I'll be looking out for that. I'll be looking out for any price patterns as well that could tell us which way the price of XRP is going to go. But of course, if it ends up breaking through this resistance that is created at this level, then our final resistance here I do think is going to be right at the top here. So look at that, we do have one more resistance in my opinion at this sort of level here, which is at around 90 cents. And of course, if we can clear that, then we're probably prone for that $1 mark. So these are kind of the general levels that I'll be looking at. Of course, our first level there is 54 cents, around 64-ish cents for the second level, around 75 to 80 cents for the third level there, and around 91 cents for the fourth level. For those, so those could be potential resistances if we do break to the upside from this resistance here, and these could be good areas to take certain amounts of profits if you're looking to trade this upon that SEC Hinneman document release. Now, another bullish case here for XRP is just to do with the overall cryptocurrency market. Now, of course, in a lot of my other videos, I say that Bitcoin generally tends to lead what the crypto markets do. And we've definitely seen that this cycle round, because Bitcoin has been the leader for crypto gains. Look at Bitcoin throughout the course of 2023. It pretty much did a 2x right up to the very top here. ETH followed suit, and we saw ETH hit its all-time high of 2023 shortly after Bitcoin did there, but not before. So Bitcoin generally tends to lead before we see altcoins such as Ethereum and other altcoins follow along. And of course, if we do have a look at Bitcoin, I am still very bullish here on Bitcoin. As you can see, I've already drawn this price pattern that we're looking at, and this price pattern here is a falling wedge. Now this I've been following very closely because it's very accurate. If you look at the supports and the resistances, they encompasses the peaks and the lows of the price very well. So of course this looks pretty substantiated to me. We have 5 tests of the support, sorry, as you guys can see. Literally the price has come down to test it perfectly on 5 separate occasions, so we know this is a reliable support. We've got this resistance coming down as well. We've been tested 3 or 4 times pretty reliably as well, and at some point we're going to see the price break to the upside. So basically the result of this falling wedge tends to be that the price at some point is going to break through this resistance, and when it does, we expect the price target to be the distance between the first test of support and the first test of the resistance. Now that distance is this here, and of course if we drag this measuring tool to where we might be able to see the breakout, then we can see that it's about a 17.5% pump. Now it doesn't have to happen straight away, but of course this is what we'd expect from a price pattern if it is respected. And of course, why is that relevant for XRP? Well, because if Bitcoin leads the market and we see Bitcoin head to 32,000 like that, then generally speaking that's going to add a bullish bias onto the rest of the cryptos. Now if Bitcoin's making this move, Ethereum, as we've seen before, tends to follow, and eventually all these altcoins including XRP are going to follow it up. Now of course isn't a perfect correlation, but that is just going to help the bullish scenario here for XRP. So pretty exciting stuff. Very finally, another thing I wanted to show you guys is some potential alternatives to this ascending triangle. So another price pattern that I am potentially seeing here on XRP is some sort of cup and handle. So we've got this kind of cup that's formed over the past few days here on XRP, kind of looking like this. Now a cup and handle is a bullish price pattern, and I'm taking it with a little bit of a pinch of salt because it's not a perfect cup by any means, but we are generally seeing that kind of shape. And what we also would want to see is some sort of handle. So a handle is where the price retraces in the downwards direction a little bit like this over a small period of time, so it could be over the next few days, and eventually we'd see the price go in this upwards direction. And of course it's good, and of course for a cup and handle, we would expect to enter at the end of the handle there as it starts breaking through a resistance. And at the moment, if we have a look at XRP, we have this cup and it looks like it's forming some sort of handle. This is not a perfect handle by any means, and the trend lines for this aren't as clear as they were for Bitcoin when I showed you that other price pattern, but generally speaking, it looks like we could be forming something like this. So this is something I'm looking out for. Of course, at the time of filming this video, it's June the 9th, and we've got that deadline on June the 13th as well. So over the next 4 days, we could see the price kind of doing something in this region here. Now, if we do see that, then we could potentially see a cup and handle pattern. And if we do see that cup and handle pattern, I will be entering the moment we break through a resistance that looks like this. Now, of course, I can't give you a price because the resistance line is declining. But generally speaking, if we see this price break through this resistance line here at around 53.5 cents over the next few days, then we should see quite a nice price target from that, of the distance between the low of the cup, which is down there, to the peak up here on the side of the cup. And we just drag this tool to wherever we may see the breakout. So let's say we see it exactly at 53.5. Then we see a price target there of 71 cents. So there's another bullish bias here for XRP as well. So we've got 3 things for XRP that are looking really good. Sorry, 4 things if you include the SEC lawsuit case. And that is this cup and handle pattern that we could potentially be seeing. We are seeing this ascending triangle here. We're seeing a bullish bias in the markets, particularly with that falling wedge on Bitcoin. And of course, we could be seeing a really good outcome on June the 13th as well. Of course, it could be a really bad outcome, and this ascending triangle and everything else is invalidated when we break below this bullish support that we have here on XRP. So at the moment, if we break below around 45 cents, then everything is over, and we do think we're going to start being very bearish. But hopefully prices do not get that low, and of course hopefully the outcome for XRP and for crypto in general is very good on June the 13th. So fingers crossed for all that. Of course, very exciting times to be invested in crypto at the moment. There's a lot of news coming out, and if I do see anything else, I will make more videos, not just on XRP, but of course on all the cryptos that I cover on this channel. So of course, stay tuned for all of that. If you do have any recommendations for me, if you do want me to cover any other cryptos, feel free to comment them down below. But that's pretty much all I have to say in this video here. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.